Dear students, myself Kiran MP. I am working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Government Engineering College, Kushalnagar. In today's session, let we have a discussion about what is server-side development and what are web servers' responsibilities. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about JavaScript, which was a client-side development. And we have learned JavaScript is used to make web pages more interactive. We know JavaScript is a simple code that executes on the client machine, that is on the browser. Now, we look at those code which exists at the server side. And what is the tool or language will make use to generate a script that executes at the server side? Got it. And the language which we are going to discuss is scripting language. What we are going to discuss here is PHP. Hypertext processor. Okay. So now let me have a look at the agenda of this session. And the first we will have discussion about server-side development. Means here we will look what actually server-side development means. Got it? Why it is. Next, we'll compare client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Okay, we'll compare through a through a diagram. Next, we will have a look at web servers' responsibilities. And next, we'll have a discussion about the server. Okay, we'll make use of Apache server. And as in the slide I have shown it as Apache and Linux. You need not have to make use of Linux. You can even make use of Windows or Mac. Next, there's something known as LAMP stack. Well, L stands for Linux, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, P stands for PHP. We will have a look at this LAMP stack. So next, we'll see how to install LAMP, Apache, or so there are some other variant known as XAMPP, MAMP. Got it? From where we can download. And let me see whether it's an open source or a commercial one. Okay? If it's an open source, from where we will download and how to install it. Then how to configure our desktop to act as a web server. Finally, we'll see as some XAMPP settings. XAMPP means in this case X stands for window, X, G, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, P stands for PHP, and one more P stands for Perl. Clear? So these are about the agenda of this session, and let me have a look at this one by one. Now, coming to server-side development. Okay, many of us felt we need to develop website. We almost till today, almost everyone are familiar with developing a simple web page, right? So now you guys want to upload your web page. It means you want to host your web page to some cloud so that the other can access your web page through their browser. So I think you might have heard, you might have felt that you want to develop some website, you want to become a web designer. So what's the role of web designer? What they will do, they will develop some web pages for the clients. For the customers, they will develop the web pages and they will host those web pages in some cloud. We call it a server. and they are going to give an IP address or website address. Then we can access those websites through our browsers. Okay, so the basic hosting of files is achieved through a web server. Server-side development is much more than web hosting. Got it? So means develop your own web pages, that is your HTML source code. Okay, develop your own web pages and host to some cloud, or you can make your desktop itself a cloud. Got it? You can configure your desktop as server, so that the other user can access through their browser. They can send requests to your desktop, which is serving as a server. Got it? So when a client sends a request, to process that request, we need a server-side scripting. Got it? Server-side scripting is a simple code, a small piece of code that executes on the server side. Got it? So for developing server-side scripting, we can use PHP or ASP.NET. But in your syllabus, we are dealing with PHP. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. Clear? So now, let me compare JavaScript or PHP. JavaScript versus PHP, or let me compare client-side scripting and server-side scripting. I said, what is client-side scripting? Client-side scripting is a small piece of code, okay, that exists on the client machine. Exists on the client machine means in the browser. What is server-side scripting? Server-side scripting is a small piece of code that exists on the server machine, that exists on the server. Okay. So now look at this diagram. The first part says client-side script execution, means in this diagram you can see that a user has logged into browser in his machine and is making a request, okay, to some page on the server, which includes JavaScript embedded in that. So the request for JavaScript source file is sent to server. Now what this server does, it won't execute this JavaScript in its machine, rather it sends back that JavaScript file to this user. Okay. So now once this JavaScript file is received at a client machine, this JavaScript gets executed in the browser, and the content of the web page is displayed. Clear? So I repeat, first the client has logged into browser, now is requesting for a JavaScript source file. This request is sent to web server. Web server, what it does, it won't execute the JavaScript source file, it sends the source file to a client. It receives at the client machine, that is at the user side client, and it exists in the client browser. Now I will look at the second part, server script execution. So now in this case, again the user has logged into browser and his machine. He requests a PHP resource. Now PHP is a server-side scripting. I mean, it's a small piece of code that exists on server-side machine. So now PHP code in requested resource is executed at the server side, and the response what we will get by executing PHP, got it, that output is sent to client machine. Clear? So to be more clear, once again I tell you, JavaScript executed at the client machine, whereas PHP got executed at server side. Clear? So now let me proceed further. So let me see some of the web server's responsibilities. We have the web server's responsibilities as follows. One, they deal with handling HTTP connections. So connection request, connection cancellation, finally connection termination. those things. Also, they deal with web server. A client may request, right? It may be client may request for some static or dynamic resources. How to handle this? How to handle and how to respond. Managing permissions and access for certain resources. Also, it deals with encrypting and compressing data. Also, web server deals with managing multiple domains and URLs. Also, it deals with managing database connections, managing cookies and state. Also, it deals with uploading and managing files. We often used to upload files over our Google Drive, right? Clear? So next, Apache and Linux. So what is Apache? Apache is nothing but a web server. Okay. I said Linux, you need not be Linux for Windows also. Apache is nothing but web server. And we know the roles of web server, right? It takes, it's a web server, okay? And this Apache is an intermediary that interprets HTTP request that arrive through a network port. Okay, incoming request, HTTP request is interpreted by Apache and decides how to handle the request. Okay, I mean some HTTP request will arrive from the network port. Apache website, what it does, it interprets that, okay, and and it decides how to handle and to which PHP script need to be executed on behalf of that. It will be decided by Apache. So LAMP software stack. Now we are going to get everything bundled, okay, from everything is an open source LAMP. Okay, LAMP stands for Linux operating system. Apache, A stands for Apache web server, M stands for MySQL because we might be dealing with some databases. P stands for PHP scripting. So Apache need not have to be installed only for Linux, okay? It can be installed for even Windows, it can be installed for even for Macintosh. We'll get a respective stack. We call it a WAMP map. So now how to download and install, okay? It's very easy to, first I need to tell XAMPP is for Windows, map is for Mac. Macintosh. Just log into a website apachefriends.org. Clear? In your browser, just type apachefriends.org or just you can Google XAMPP for Windows. It may take you to the link, it may show the link apachefriends.org. There you will be prompted whether you want to install package for Windows, whether you want to install package for Mac, whether you want to install package for Linux. Just download it and installation is very easy. Once you launch that software, click next. Once your XAMPP is installed, okay? So let me say, let me assume I've installed the XAMPP for Windows, okay? So now after installing, okay, now you launch XAMPP control panel. So I want to be justified whether Apache web server is configured perfectly in my desktop. Clear? So now so that I can make my desktop to act as a web server. So now I will launch XAMPP control panel, and there I will choose what I need to start, Apache, MySQL, whatever it be. Let me at present let me assume Apache is sufficient. I am not dealing with the databases, so I will start Apache. Once my Apache gets started, I mean my desktop is configured now, is acting like a server, web server. Now let me clarify that. Okay. So to clarify, log into browser. Okay, and request local host as we see in next slide. So request this path local host. Okay, so now if you see type the URL clearly as you can see in the slide. Okay, and that port number might vary. Port number might be 80 in some cases, 80, 81, whatever it be. Just get clarified with the port number where the Apache is configured in your system. Okay, so once if you are able to see this web page, it means XAMPP is configured perfectly and your desktop is serving as web server. Now all those PHP script, now I want to design my website, right? Now I'm going to develop some web pages, okay, and I want to host it to my web server. So where you need to place all those PHP server-side scripting means, okay, because when a client sends a request, HTTP request, this Apache is going to handle that and that HTTP request, and that corresponding PHP script need to be executed, right? So all those PHP scripts should be stored in the folder htdocs, which is under XAMPP, which is under C. Clear? So this is about server-side development and web server responsibilities. Thank you.